Today we're going to be talking about building up the upper body. So we're going to be doing this with dips, and I'm going to give you guys a couple beginner variations, a couple of advanced variations, and just a couple of tips in between, a couple of things that have helped me out. I've got a bad shoulder, injured it about a year ago, so it still bothers me. So I've had to work around that, and whilst doing that, I've figured out a couple different things, which is good. So when you get injured and you have a setback, don't think of it as just like I can't do anything, I'm done, or this sucks, like I've got to do these little rehab exercises, and I've got to really work my way up. I can't feel any sort of pain before I do anything. It's a good way to go about it, but it's in my experience, I've had a couple injuries here and there, and I believe that the best way to work around it is to work through it. So what do I mean by that? I mean, if you're feeling some sort of discomfort, I believe that that's good, right? You should work through discomfort, but you shouldn't work through pain, okay? So pain and discomfort are two different things. So if you get up there on the dip bar and you're like, fuck, get down. Find a variation that's going to help you out. And that's the second thing. Find a variation that you can do that causes you a little bit of discomfort, but you can still do it, all right? So instead of just not having any sort of discomfort or pain whatsoever, make sure you're doing things just regressed, so much so that you can do it without any sort of pain, but you're getting the muscular discomfort, and you have obviously discomfort in the area of concern. So in saying that, this is a dip tutorial, and so I hope you guys enjoy it. And if you'd like, drop a comment, drop a like, it really helps me out. And if you got any questions you want to hear from me, just leave it in the comments, or I'm a bit more active on Instagram, so yeah, you can find me on there. But anyways, let's get to it. So I hope the camera's in good spots and everything. I thought we've got a nice quiet park here. It's a beautiful sunny day, so why not get a video out for you guys? So something that obviously is going to build your dips up. If you can't do a dip, start with push-ups, okay? So this is for if you've just built your push-ups up and you're trying to work on your dip game, okay? So I'm going to bring the camera in a little bit closer. About there, should do it. So yeah, if you're just starting out your dips, this is going to be really good for you. If you've got some sort of injury in your shoulders, or discomfort in your upper back, or whatever it may be, a bit of pain in your lower back, I've found that this sort of stuff is really good because it activates your whole body. You've got to keep your core tight, your glutes tight. You've got your front plane and you've got the back. I'm not too sure, there's sagittal plane and all that kind of stuff. You just got your front and your back, all right? I don't like to use too complicated terms. You got your front and you got your back. All right, so when you do a dip, you got to work your front, and you're also working your back because you got to keep your whole body stable. So that's what I like about it. I like to pick exercises that are going to give you more than one benefit. Okay, so you're a beginner. I'm going to pretend like I'm a beginner, and all I can do is just get up on the dip bar, okay? So first of all, you want to figure out how long you can hold on the dip bar for, okay? So you might be able to just hop up, one, and go down, okay? That's sweet. So if you can do that, then there's certain progressions that you're gonna have to do, all right? So obviously I can't cover everything in one video, but I'm just gonna try my best, and I'm gonna make a few more videos on this. So if you've got some things you want to that I don't point out, or if I'm missing bits and pieces here and there, drop a comment. I've got more videos than you could think, all right? So let's go. I'm gonna imagine that you can at least hold up here, okay? So we're holding up here. Now, you want to experiment with different positions, all right? So if you want to feel your chest a little bit more, you want to go with a bit more of a forward lean. Now, if you want your triceps a little bit more, what I like to do is put your feet out in front of you and try and sit a bit more upright. That's going to really work your triceps, okay? So experiment with those different positions if you're just starting out and you can just getting up on the bar. Okay, so just holding like that, working on holding like that. It's going to get you used to feeling the muscles that you want to use and making sure your body's not flopping everywhere, which is going to cause injury in the future. All right, so see, now I'm holding a bit more upright. Now, another thing that I'm going to experiment with is dropping my shoulders in and dropping them back up. What that's doing is preparing your traps for the small movement of coming down, come back up. All you're doing It's just dropping down a little bit and then come back up. That's it. That little movement there, I believe it's called a shrug, a bodyweight shrug or something. But that movement right there is going to really help you out because you're in constant tension on your triceps, your chest if you're leaning a bit more forward, your shoulders, your upper back, your core, so even your glutes and your legs, because you have to stabilize. So it really is a full body exercise, and doing this is going to get you moving whilst also working in a position that you can do. Now see how I'm coming more directly up and down here, and then I'm coming down, moving a bit more forward, right? See, just experimenting with different positions, moving around on the bar, getting comfortable. That's what this is. That's what it's all about. So it's about getting comfortable on the bar. That's essentially what these movements are going to do. So just experimenting, holding up here, leaning a bit more forward, maybe leaning back with your legs straight out, leaning forward with your legs straight out, right? Experimenting with the positions, that's going to get you strong in all the ranges of motion, and it's going to get all the little surrounding joints and ligaments prepared, all right? So when you start doing a bit higher reps, you're not going to get injured because your body's already ready for what it's going through. So you're not rushing it, you're not just trying to, you're not just trying to jump up and start repping out dips, right? That's not the way to do it. You want to build yourself up, and then you want to start doing them properly with control. Okay, so we're up here. Sorry, I've lost track a little bit. So we're up here. All right, now you've gained strength there. That's set one. That's one movement, all right? So you can do this in whatever order you'd like, but I would probably do this one. I shouldn't have done this first, but you can do this first. This is a great movement to do first as it's going to provide that stimulus for the muscles to get the muscles that are going to be worked during the dip, get them ready for the dip. So that actually, no, scratch that. It's a good exercise to put first because it's going to prime your body. So it's always good to prime the muscles that you're going to be using for the exercise that you're about to do. So what we did there, holding up here, experimenting, going down and up, shrugging it, going forward. That's preparing the muscles that you're going to use in the dip for the dip, all right? So we're going to imagine now that we can't go all the way down, okay? So if you can't go all the way down, or you can, but it looks shit, or you get a bit of pain and you get a bit of discomfort, that's what we're going to work through now, okay? So we're here, regular dip position, core nice and tight. Now, you might be able to go down to here, but that's not what we want yet, all right? We want to get the body used to control. We want to get it used to the movement, all right? I'm going to go down a little bit, making sure we tuck the elbows are nice. Keeping full body control. That's it. Going a quarter of the way down. Not experimenting, sorry, but working with the different ranges of motion that you're able to do with stability, with control, and with intent. So you want to be making sure that you're not experiencing any pain. You might have a bit of discomfort because your muscles aren't used to it, right? But if you're going all the way down and you're trying to rush the movement, you're going to get injured. There's not much way around that unless you're a sort of freak athlete. So another movement to do, now that could be set 2, so you might have 3 or 4 progressions that you can do, okay? So this one is essentially the same thing that we're doing up there, but it's going to be down the bottom here. So you're working the 2 bits of the dip, but you're working it in ways, little bite-sized bits that are going to add up to the big thing. So you do these along with still trying to progress, so every time you do it, you're trying to go down a little bit more. Or you stay there and you build the reps up, and you open up, you make sure you're doing stretching, making sure you're opening your shoulders up, because that's also a big part of it, and that can make a lot of difference, which is something that I've found. So making sure anyways, I'm getting ahead of myself, we'll talk about that later. So you're in the bottom position here now. you might not be able to do this, just a quarter of the way, right? Because this is the part of the movement that's really hard. Because essentially your whole body weight is on your chest, shoulders, traps, upper back, and your forearms. Your wrists have to be strong as well. That's why a lot of people get wrist pain, or you might get elbow pain from resting on your joints locked out in that top position. That's not something that I talked about, but I'm going to go back to that after. I don't want to get too complicated. All right, so we're here, and the goal is to be able to do this. Or look a bit more up, look up a little bit more, straighten your body, depends what you're trying to work, okay? For now, we're going to go chest down. All right, see that? Nice and controlled. Now, if you can't do that, because you've just worked in the top portion and the bottom portion, if you can't do that bottom bit, I'm going to imagine that you can already do the top because that's just a little bit easier. If you can't do that bottom bit, the best thing you can do is just try and hold in that bottom position. Now, it's good if you can have something to stand on as well, or if you're a little bit taller. I'm not the tallest person in the world, but if you're a bit taller, it also works to your advantage with this because you can leverage your weight with your feet. So see how I bend my upper body, but I go on my tippy toes. So I'm trying to hold myself up, but I know that my feet are still on the ground, taking a bit of that weight. So you just want to try and hold that position. Okay, so you're leveraging your weight with your feet. You're just not trying to do the whole movement, because if you can't, or you might be able to do the whole movement, but if you can't do it with control, or you're not feeling the muscles correctly that you're meant to be working, you're experiencing a little bit of pain, that's where you're going to get injured, and we don't want that. You want to be training for 10, 20, 30, 40 years, right? So we've gone from holding to now what you're going to do. If you can't do, you've done the holding, you're getting a little bit stronger at that, and you're like, all right, I'm ready to move up a little bit. You're here, you're engaged before you even do anything, always. And you're gonna jump up, lower yourself back down. I don't think you can see my feet here, but all I'm doing, you know what? There you go, should be able to see here. So all I'm doing here, bending my upper body, getting a little bit below 90 degrees, because you want to get your shoulders used to not the hardest position, but you're always going to want to go a little bit more than what other people would say, you know? So you go either 90 degrees or a little bit below 90 degrees. You always want to try and just do a little bit extra. That's how I like to think. Just, you know, if someone's doing something one way, how can you do it a little bit differently and improve on it? So here, jump up, down, engage, jump up, and down, spring up, spring, lower down, jump up, lower down. All right, that is the lower portion of the movement. Now, what else you can do? This is the last part of the beginner intermediate dips. All right, so you might be a beginner, or you might be able to do a few dips, right? So this is going to be perfect for you, and this is what I've used, especially with having a bad shoulder, to rebuild my dips. Okay, so just working in the negative range now. So what we're going to do, jump up, hold. Now, what I was saying about the elbows earlier is you don't want to be fully locked out like that, resting on your joints. Now that is really easy for me. I could hold that all day. That is really, really easy, okay? Like, I'm doing absolutely nothing. There's nothing that's really engaged here. But now, I don't know if you can see it too well, but now I'm engaged, all right? My arms are slightly bent, and all my muscles are engaged. And now what we're gonna do is, however you wanna go in the dip, I'm just gonna do it my way. You're gonna go down, touch the ground, reset however needed, jump back up, lower down, jump back up, lower down, jump back up, lower down. So simple, but most people fail to do it because it's hard to drop your ego to go back to doing those little moves when you could be doing the whole thing. And I get it, like I've done it. It's hard, you know, like trying to drop your ego and push through that. But once you can, and once you accept that no one actually gives a fuck, then you're gonna fly, all right? You're gonna absolutely progress like there's no tomorrow. So if you'd like some one-on-one coaching, I've got a link in my Instagram bio, and it'll be up in my YouTube bio as well. If you like this video, just leave a comment or like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys all later, I guess. Thank you.